Hello student, welcome to science class of standard 10th. Today we are going to begin our new chapter and the name of our chapter is sources of energy, that is chapter number 14. Sources of energy. What is the meaning of source? Source means a way or the means from which we get the energy, that is known as source of energy. A source from which useful energy can be extracted either directly or indirectly by means of a conversion or transformation is known as source of energy. For example, source of energy to provide us heat for cooking, the air, LPG, kerosene, sunlight, etc. So from these things we get the heat for cooking, that is known as a source of energy. Law of conservation of energy. We are studying this law since 8th or 9th standard, right? What is the law of conservation of energy? Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only be transformed from one form to another form. Example for it is when a candle is burnt, we get heat and light. So we get one form of energy, that is heat and light, and as it will be completed, we get wax at the end. So we cannot put the heat and light and the substance to regain the wax for using the candle again. Okay, so it cannot be regained. Sources of energy are divided into four types: conventional, non-conventional, renewable and non-renewable. Conventional source of energy means it meets a major portion of our energy requirement. Example, biomass, fossil fuel, etc. Non-conventional means it meets our energy requirement only at a limited level. Example, solar energy, tidal energy, nuclear energy, etc. Renewable energy sources, it can be supplied continuously, for example, wind energy, tidal energy, solar energy. A non-renewable energy source, it can be exhausted, like fossil fuel. First, we are going to study about fossil fuel. Fossil fuel comes under the conventional as well as non-renewable energy sources. So fossil fuel is a students, all the energy source that we are going to study in this chapter, we have to remember how it works and what are the advantages or disadvantages of that energy source, that we have to keep in mind. Fossil fuels are formed due to compression of dead organic matter over millions of years buried deep under the earth. Example, coal and natural gas means all that dead organic matter are decomposed inside the earth, and we really heavily on fossil fuels for most of our work. Fossil fuels are non-renewable source of energy as they have limited reserves, and hence finding alternative source is essential to provide an energy crisis. Disadvantages of fossil fuel are fossil fuel also produce byproduct due to combustion, which causes air pollution. Burning coal and petroleum products harmful oxides of carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, which pollute the air, leading to acid rain and greenhouse effect. Gases emitting by the combustion of fossil fuel are the main contributor to the global warming. So these are the disadvantages of the fossil fuel. Next is thermal power plant. Thermal power plant use steam produced by burning fossil fuel to move the turbines to generate electricity. The burning of coal heats up the water and forms steam that is used to run the turbine. Okay, means by using the turbine it produces electricity by burning the fossil fuel. At one side electricity is also produced, on the another side when it is burned it is producing the heat, and that it goes turn into the stem, and that stem will run the turbine, and as the turbine will run it will produce the energy. Usually thermal power plants are located near coal and oil fields as it is easier to transmit electricity than transport coal. Now hydropower plants. In hydropower plants, first we will study about turbine. As we have now seen what is turbine. It is a rotatory machine device that extracts kinetic energy into various forms and convert it into useful work. It uses a dynamo to convert this mechanical energy into electrical energy. Okay, so turbine is one type of rotatory device. Okay, so we have seen it at many places. Also, we can find this type of turbine in some toys also. So it's a rotatory device because of which it converts it into useful work, and also it has the dynamo. Dynamo means it is a circulatory device which has been attached to it. Various uses of this have been implemented in power plants where the shaft of the dynamo is made to rotate by mechanical means. Hydropower plants. Okay, turbine. If we want to see, so this is the turbine. You can see this is a rotatory device, and how this complete system is working, that we will see. But just see, this is the turbine, and it's a rotatory device. It will keep on rotating. Okay, now hydropower plants. Another traditional source of energy is from the kinetic energy of flowing water or harnessing potential energy of water falling on from a height. This means here harnessing means capturing. Here we will capture the energy from the water which is falling from a height. The flowing water moves the turbine with the help of dynamo, converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. Mechanical energy means the flowing of water. As the water is flowing from a height, it is the kinetic energy or the mechanical energy that is converted into then electricity. Hydropower plants are usually constructed near dams or waterfalls. Okay, mostly nearly dams. Here example of dam is given. The water from the dam at some height it is flowing, at down there is turbine. As the turbine will rotate, it will produce electricity, and that electricity has been generated by a generator, and that will go to the powerhouse. Means the electricity transformation, means the power transformation, and the water will be collected by a downstream outlet. Like this hydropower plant will work, and like this, because of the water, electricity has been produced. We can make this type of science project as well as I think in your lower classes many times you have been made also that generating electricity from water, that is nothing but creating the electricity from water with the help of turbine or a rotatory device. Next is dams. A dam is barrier that impounds the water or underground system. The water is ejected upon requirement by the power plant to generate electricity. Now, fuels. Biomass is a source of energy derived from living things. For a long time, we relied on wood for the source of heat and energy. In India, we make fuel out of biowaste such as cow dung due to availability of a thriving population of livestock. Okay, means here what is trying to tell that we can also produce the energy using this biomass. That means biomass can be created from this cow dung. Previously we used to depend only on the wood for the source of energy, but now so many other means are there, because as the thriving population means this population is increasing of this cows and all, we are able to get a large amount of cow dung. From that we can produce energy. When wood is burned in a limited supply of oxygen and water until volatile materials are removed and the residual left behind is charcoal. Charcoal has heat generating efficiency. It also burns without flames. Okay, you can see here as the wood burns and the all the cow dung has been collected in that container. There are amount of combustion happens there. As the amount of combustion happens from the boiler, amount of steam is produced. Steam means that evaporation, that steams are produced, and that steam will allow the turbine to rotate, because the steam will reach to the turbine and it will allow to rotate, and as it is rotating, the generator will generate the electricity, and that will be transformed to the powerhouse and the electricity has been generated like this. This is the biogas plant. In India, cow dung, sewage, waste, plant matter are decomposed in absence of oxygen to produce biogas. Since it has cow dung, it is often termed as gobar gas. A biogas plant is dome-like structure built with bricks where cow dung and other bio-waste are mixed with water to form a slurry and put into a digester. The digester is a sealed chamber with anaerobic bacteria which breaks down the slurry. Okay, so here you can see in the figure it is there. The cow dungs are present. Okay, in that container where the wood and the combustion is taking place. In that, after some time, microbacteria will be producing, and because of that it will form a bio waste material, and the slurry is slowly added to digester, and it will create an anaerobic bacteria. Anaerobic bacteria means the bacteria which can survive without oxygen. The decomposition process releases gas like methane, CO2, hydrogen sulfide, and hydrogen. These gases are drawn via pipes which are transmitted to a turbine for the production of electricity. As we have discussed earlier, that thing will be happen. So that is the biomass. Now wind energy. And wind energy, first we will study about windmill. Wind energy is harnessed by rotatory structure known as windmill. Windmill itself work as a turbine because itself is a rotatory structure. They have the blades or fans attached to a very high or a rigid support that is attached to turbine that rotate due to high speeds of wind and generate electricity. At the bottom of the windmill there is again a turbine which will rotate because of the moving of the fans of the windmill, and it will generate electricity. A single windmill has a low output and therefore the wind farms are built that comprises of several windmills. Only a single windmill cannot produce much amount of energy. That's why wind farms are there. In wind farms, so many numbers of windmills are placed together, and so windmills are eco-friendly, efficient, renewable source with no recurring cost of production of electricity. And the limitations are wind speed should be constant and greater than 15 km per hour. Must have backup storage facilities like cells. Okay, means it must be with a constant speed, and there must be some backup storage, because in few seasons the wind will not be working properly, so there must be a backup storage. Require large land area, high initial cost and regular maintenance are required. Next is solar energy. So light energy and heat energy from the sun are known as solar energy. Sun has been radiating energy from the past 5 billion years and will continue to do so at the same rate for the another 5 billion more years. Okay, means the sun is giving us heat and light last since 5 billion years, and it will continue to give heat and light in the next 5 billion years also. We must find the way to harness the energy with the maximum efficiency, although only a small fraction of the solar energy reaches the Earth's surface. Okay, so solar energy means the getting energy from the sun. So first example for it is solar cooker. Solar cooker and water heaters use solar energy to separate. Black surfaces absorb more energy more than other surfaces, and solar cookers use this property by coating their insides black. Okay, so inside the solar cooker there is a furnish of black. They use reflecting surfaces like mirror to focus on the sun rays. This device is covered with a glass plate, thereby establishing the greenhouse effect by trapping heat inside the cooker. So because of this black color, more heat will be absorbed, and to focus at the same place there are mirrors, so that the focused heat is absorbed inside it, and there is raw materials of the food which get cooked because of this heat. Now solar cell. Solar cell is a device that converts the solar energy into electricity, is known as solar cell. A typical solar cell produces a voltage of 0.51 volt to 0.7 watt and 0.7 watt. It's 0.51 is volt and 0.7 is watt of electric power. A large number of such cells can combine to form a solar panel which can generate power large enough for practical uses. Advantages of solar cells are there: no moving parts are there, require little maintenance, not much, can be set up in remote areas without the hassle and experience of a transmission lines. Disadvantages of it is it requires a special grade silicon which is not easily available, and use of silver for interconnection make it expensive. Yeah, it's a the wires inside it's made up of silver, and silver is expensive, so it's difficult for a common man to put a solar cell. And it can be placed in the remote area, means where this like hilly areas, that type of areas we can put it, so that electricity can be produced there, because there normally electricity are not there like in cities, because powerhouses are very far from that kind of areas. So by producing solar cell at that places, electricity can be produced. And uses are traffic signals, calculators, artificial satellites, and space probes. So these are the places where the solar cells are used mostly. Okay, now we will meet in the next part and we will see the energies that we are getting from the sea.